Vulture just came out with this new article called How Much We Make in Hollywood. They interviewed 19 members of the Writers Guild, of SAG, and of IATSE crew members to ask them their opinions on the strike and how they're getting through this tough financial time. It's a great article. It's a great picture, and I'm gonna make a couple of videos in which I go through some of the stories that were featured in this article. First up, from the writing side, is the showrunner living for years off of one big check. They are based in Los Angeles and have been in the business for 14 years. And this part I actually found to be so interesting. So they said they were executive producing a show that they were running. So they were the showrunner of a streaming show. And at the height of production, they were making about $150,000 a year. Now, I almost said only there, and I know that doesn't really ingratiate people to the cause, but that feels extremely low for someone show running a show. And then he says they close the writer's room, and then during production, the showrunner is technically working part-time. During that entire length of the series, the 2.5 years on the series, he made about $250,000. For 2.5 years, that's less than $125 a year. This is the highest level person on the show. This is the big boss. I don't know, to me that just feels low. And then they go on to say that they've basically been unemployed since, and now the strike is happening, so they'll probably be employed for another 6-month period of time. And I think that's the key to kind of understanding a career in the entertainment industry, is that you make a lot of money up front because you're not being paid regularly. And that doesn't mean that you're not good at the job. I mean, this person was a showrunner on a streaming show. It just means that so much of the job is unpaid development work, which means that you are usually working for a production company. You're working with them to develop something in the hopes to sell to a studio. All the people on the production side are getting paid. The creative executives are getting their salary, and you as the writer are not making any money unless you sell that thing to the studio. And unfortunately, that practice is not something that will even be addressed in any way, shape, or form by the strike. And I appreciated the self-awareness here. They say, oh, $150,000 a year? Well, poor fucking writers, right? But you have to imagine that that rate is stretched from 3 to 5 years sometimes. I think the takeaway from me from this account was that even if you're a showrunner, it's still a really tough job.